Strongholds are always a good idea. Make sure when you capture a stronghold, if there are enemies nearby whose leaders are still alive in the units, there's a chance they'll come after you. If you stay on the stronghold itself, remember, you will heal the entire time you're there. Good thing to keep in mind, good strategy. If they are leaderless, when they're leaderless, personally, I always sent out units that were lower than my main units. I liked the combat and whatnot, but I had main units that were always higher than the rest. And for the cleanup crews, it was always good to have the units that were lower levels go out and just finish people off. They're easier fights when the enemy units don't have leaders, so it's a good time to send out your units that may have fallen behind a bit. Maybe you don't have the gold for training. And as he's pointed out in this fight, always kill the cleric as soon as possible, because they are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like I was saying before, one of the earlier missions, we had a unit full of clerics and like one fighter. I don't know if you remember that, but pretty much I just kind of left that unit alone. I didn't even bother killing them because it was going to take too long. It would literally take an entire episode to kill all the clerics, so I just kind of let them be. I don't know, we haven't really been talking about the combat too much. We've been talking about general strategies per se, but I do have some dude in a dead unit on the right side of the map, so I'm actually going to send him back to go use the Witch's Den so you guys can see what that looks like, because I haven't had anyone die yet. I guess I've been dropping the ball a little bit. But, I don't know, it's a pretty good occasion here when, my buddy here, Mr. Father Coruscante, comes over, because usually when he comes over, we drink a lot and play a lot of video games, which is perfectly fine. For those of you who follow the 360 version of Modern Warfare 2, we just finished playing that, and we got our asses kicked. We decided it's time for some Ogre battle. Granted, it is WXP weekend and we bought the maps, but we're drunk, so it don't matter. So this is the unit with the dead guy, Muller, it looks like, so I'm going to send him to the Witch's Den so you guys can see what that looks like. And it does cost money to bring somebody back, but trust me on this one, you definitely want to bring somebody back for the sole reason that you don't want to turn him into a zombie. Undead units are useful, but at the same time, like, if the person who died was really useful, like you want to turn him into something else, you probably shouldn't keep him as an undead unit. Because early on in the game, undead really isn't that useful. They don't really have advantages over many things. This is just going to be a bullshit fight against this dragon. He's going to die, hopefully, next turn. But maybe later on in the game, like I was talking about with the unit advantages, like you want to have a flying unit, you want to have a ground unit, you want to have a spellcaster unit. Maybe an undead unit will come in handy then. But for right now, you should probably keep all your guys alive. Ooh, free amulet. So, you know, eventually we're going to finish. Eventually. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sending Muller to the Witch's Den, at least if I remember correctly. Should make his way there. Yeah, he is slowly but surely. And HeeroJay is giving it to what's-her-face up the butt, because that's what he does. Oh, look, that unit where I killed the leaders of. Yeah, like my buddy here was saying before, and like I've said in earlier missions, you always want to kill the leader first, because then it becomes easy pickings for EXP. Like, I don't know, I'm a big fan of making my unit #1 in the entire Legion, because, I don't know, I'm a self-centered asshole in that aspect, but, yeah, I don't know, but you always want to make sure you're the most important part of the game, because you're the main character, you're the protagonist. Without you, the game wouldn't fucking happen. Yeah, and like I've mentioned before, if I die, the game's over. And that's definitely not a good thing. So we got Leia heading south to that stronghold we were taking. I'm sending HeeroJay myself. Take the left. Looks like we got a decent spellcaster unit here. I don't know, I've been wanting to bust out the pager really bad, but it's kind of hard to get in the earlier missions. I'm sure you're aware. We talked about it before, but, you know, eventually we get there. Maybe towards towards the teen missions, like episode 10. Hopefully, I'll have a pager by then. I don't know. Like I was saying before, oh, leader's dead. That's awesome, actually. I love it when the enemy has terrible. Hey, I leveled up. Sweet. Maybe I could be something useful. And Donald's done. But you know, maybe hopefully by mission 10 I should have some pagers done. Oh look, we got the next stronghold too. Oh shit, the leader's like right there. Well, guess what? We're gonna send this witch unit for some cleanup. Because I like PXP, and I've got to revive some dudes. So like we were mentioning before, you can go back through the missions and pick up stuff that you couldn't find before. There's a great guide over on GameFAQs to allow you to find all the secret weapons and secret items in every mission. I'm excited for that one. I did send him to the Witch's Den so he could revive that dude. Yeah, that is my guy. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't let somebody get that close to me. Hey, look, another crappy unit. He'll probably die. Stupid dragon. Nah, but, yeah, like we were saying before, the later missions, there's going to be secret items you need to go back and get, or there's certain places you can only get stuff in certain areas, and there's only a couple ways you can get a Lich, there's only a couple ways you can do this, you can get a Bloodhound somewhere, and these are all things that are important, and we'll mention that later. I don't know.
Be sure, too, if you want a fully mature dragon, early in the game, the young dragons that are the little yellow bastards, they will turn into adult dragons. The thing is, they apparently will only change once. If you want a fully mature, big, beastly dragon, you need to find an adult dragon in the wilderness, recruit it, and then train it. If you want any of the dragons, like the big black one, the Bahamut or whatever, or the big red one, you need to find a fully matured one first. Then you need to train it from adulthood into the big beastly dragon it will become. Early in the game, it is great to have a young dragon with you. You can train it into a mature dragon, but later on in the game, you'll want to replace it, you'll want to find a mature dragon, and you will want to turn it into the biggest of the dragons of its type. It's just the way it works, unfortunately.
I don't mean, like, I was talking strategy before, like, in one of the earlier missions, where I like to put a big, beefy monster in the front of the pack to block all my shots where I'm standing in the back middle. Like, you can see that on the HeeroJay set. Like, there's a big, beefy something in front of me. I can't think of what it is right now, but let's see what Dick found. Ooh, Baldur Sword. I can sell that for monies. But yeah, I like to keep a big, beefy unit in there, because ultimately you don't want your party leader to die, because on the other side, the AI is kind of dumb, and they'll make it so the party leader can die easily. But you don't want to do that, because people will die, and my Dick's attacking Woo, which is a funny-ass name. He's also attacking from behind, apparently. Dick in the butt. Hell yeah. Cacao. Yeah, and the leader's right in front there, too, so he should hopefully die this mission, if not the next one. I mean, I don't know. Like I've been saying the entire time, like I'm going to keep saying until about mission 25-30, the AI is really dumb when it comes to the early missions. Like, they design it easy, so you'll keep winning, you'll keep playing, so keep playing your RPG. As sure I mentioned before, this is a fun game. I've beaten it a couple times. It's great. And then later on in the game, the AI is going to kick your ass.